Right now, you're losing battles you don't even know you're part of. You're letting enemies grow stronger while you wait for fairness to reward you. You're expecting loyalty from people who would betray you for convenience. Today, we're going to solve the biggest problem that holds people back. You're fighting with honor in a world that rewards ruthlessness. And until you understand Machiavelli's darkest lessons, you'll keep giving mercy to those who won't return it. In every workplace, every relationship, every ambition, there comes a moment when playing fair stops working. You do everything right, you follow the rules, you trust people's words, yet somehow the ones who cheat, manipulate, and push past the line keep winning. This script is not about becoming a villain, it's about understanding the world as it actually is, not as polite people pretend it to be. And Machiavelli, the master of raw power, reveals the rules everyone else follows in secret. You've been told since childhood that fairness is the highest virtue, that if you treat people well, they will treat you the same, that if you play by the rules, success will naturally find you. But in the real world, this idea is a beautifully engineered trap, a cage designed to keep you obedient while others move freely, quietly, decisively. The illusion of fairness is the greatest weapon ever invented, and Machiavelli understood this centuries before modern psychology gave it a name. He knew something most people never dare admit: those who win rarely play fair, and those who play fair rarely win. Think about the last time you trusted someone simply because they seemed kind, polite, respectful. You assumed their outward behavior reflected their inner intentions. That is the first mistake. Machiavelli teaches that people use virtue the same way hunters use bait. They present decency when they need something from you, loyalty when they want your cooperation, and fairness when they want you to weaken your position. Once they get what they want, the mask slips, and you are left with the realization that fairness was never the principle guiding them. It was the performance. The truth is that fairness is only preached by people who benefit from you staying naive. Politicians speak of fairness to manipulate public hope. Employers speak of fairness to extract more work for less reward. Competitors speak of fairness to discourage you from using strategies that would give you an advantage. Even those close to you sometimes weaponize fairness to make you feel guilty for protecting your own interests. They demand fairness from you, while quietly exempting themselves from the same rules. This illusion works because fairness feels good. It makes you believe you're doing the right thing. It gives you moral certainty. But in Machiavellian reality, the world does not reward morality. It rewards effectiveness. The moment you cling too tightly to fairness, you become predictable. And predictability is the greatest weakness a person seeking power can display. Predictable people hesitate. Predictable people explain themselves too much. Predictable people apologize even when they've done nothing wrong. Predictable people can be controlled. Now, imagine two people in a negotiation. One enters with honesty, openness, and a belief that the other side cares about being fair. The second enters with a clear agenda, hidden motives, and no emotional attachment to the idea of fairness. Who wins? The second person always does, because they are playing a different game. They are not concerned with appearing noble, they are concerned with securing advantage. And because they know the first person expects fairness, they use that expectation as leverage. Machiavelli says a ruler must learn how not to be good and apply this knowledge according to necessity. This doesn't mean you must become cruel or corrupt. It means you must recognize when fairness is being used as a strategy against you. When someone insists on fairness, ask yourself, what do they gain from my compliance? When someone claims moral high ground, ask, what weakness are they compensating for? When someone demands honesty, ask, why do they want access to my truth? The illusion of fairness also hides itself in your internal beliefs. You may think that patience is a virtue, that waiting your turn is wise, that opportunity will arrive when the universe decides you're ready. But Machiavelli would laugh at this. In his world, opportunity is taken, not given. Power is seized, not delivered. Those who wait for fairness are silently exchanging their potential for comfort. They surrender the initiative to those who are bold enough to act without seeking permission. Every powerful figure in history understood this. Leaders, entrepreneurs, conquerors, and innovators, they all knew that fairness is not a rule of the world but a narrative. They used the appearance of fairness to gain trust, but their real strength came from the ability to act decisively, even ruthlessly, when the moment demanded it. They mastered the art of looking virtuous while behaving strategically. They understood that the crowd loves virtue but follows strength. The illusion of fairness also keeps you emotionally dependent. You expect loyalty, so betrayal shocks you. You expect support, so abandonment breaks you. You expect justice, so mistreatment frustrates you. But Machiavelli teaches that expecting fairness from people is like expecting the sea to stay still. Human nature is not built on fairness. It is built on desire, fear, competition, and self-preservation. When you accept this, betrayal stops surprising you, disrespect stops destabilizing you, and disappointment stops crippling you. You begin to see human behavior not as a moral failure, but as a strategic landscape. And once you see the illusion, your power begins to rise. You stop offering trust to people who haven't earned it. You stop giving second chances to people who use the first one to exploit you. You stop revealing your plans to people who smile at you but think about themselves first. You stop assuming that kindness will be repaid. You start observing people with clear eyes, not hopeful ones. Fairness becomes a tool in your hands instead of a trap around your feet. You can choose to act fairly when it benefits you, when the situation calls for diplomacy, when it builds loyalty or strengthens alliances, but you no longer feel obligated to be fair when others are not. You no longer sacrifice your goals just to maintain an image of purity. You no longer hand over your advantage just to appear noble. You understand that fairness is optional, while strategy is essential. The illusion of fairness falls apart the moment you realize that other people are not playing the same game you are. They are not motivated by the same values, the same hopes, the same moral promises. Some people see your fairness as weakness, your decency as opportunity, your restraint as an invitation to dominate. And once you understand that, everything changes, because you stop giving people unearned power over you. Ruthlessness is a word that frightens the weak because they misunderstand it. They imagine cruelty, chaos, violence, and recklessness. But Machiavelli meant something very different. To him, ruthlessness was simply the courage to do what is necessary when others hesitate. It was the discipline to strip emotion out of decisions that determine your future. It was the willingness to act while everyone else is still debating, doubting, or seeking permission. Strategic ruthlessness is not the absence of morality, it is the presence of clarity. Most people fail not because they lack intelligence or talent, but because they lack edge. They care too much about being liked. They worry too much about being judged. They fear disappointing people who would abandon them without hesitation. They apologize for wanting more, for aiming higher, for defending themselves. They enter battles with a soft heart and leave with scars they earned by being too gentle in a world that rewards the decisive. Strategic ruthlessness begins with understanding this simple truth. If you hesitate when the moment demands action, someone else will take the opportunity meant for you. Power does not wait for those who need reassurance. It does not pause for those who need time to think. The world belongs to people who move when the window opens, not to those who stand at the window contemplating whether it is polite to climb through. Think about the last time you sensed someone was undermining you. You felt it, the subtle digs, the quiet manipulation, the shift in tone, the hidden intentions behind their friendly advice. But you hesitated, you gave them time. You told yourself they might change, you explained away your instincts. And while you hesitated, they moved forward, stronger, bolder, closer to your position. Machiavelli would tell you that kindness in the face of a growing threat is not virtue, it is self-betrayal. Ruthlessness, strategically applied, means addressing problems at their smallest stage. It means refusing to let disrespect settle, refusing to let manipulation grow roots, refusing to let rivals accumulate power in the shadows. When someone crosses a line, you respond immediately. When someone challenges you, you answer with firmness, not fear. When someone shows you their intentions, you believe them the first time. Strategic ruthlessness also means understanding leverage. People think choices are made from options, but Machiavelli teaches that real choices are made from positions. If you control the position, you control the outcome. This means being prepared before others even realize a game has begun. It means gathering information quietly, strengthening alliances discreetly, and positioning yourself so that when the moment comes, you can act without hesitation. And in this world, hesitation is the silent killer of ambition. You hesitate because you fear consequences. But Machiavelli knew that every decision in life carries consequences. Some you suffer for acting, and some you suffer for not acting. The difference is that when you act strategically, you control the consequences. When you wait, the consequences control you. Strategic ruthlessness is also the ability to detach from emotional bindings that make you vulnerable. How many times have you stayed in a toxic job because you felt loyal to a boss who wasn't loyal to you? How many times have you held on to a failing partnership because you feared looking cold? How many times have you avoided confronting someone who hurt you because you didn't want conflict? Every time you avoid discomfort, you give someone else the power to direct your life. Machiavelli teaches that a leader, a strategist, a person seeking power must learn to act with a cold mind and a warm face. That means you make decisions based on strategy, not sympathy. You smile while planning your moves. You remain calm while others panic. You stay focused while others get emotional. Most people let feelings cloud their judgment. The ruthless allow clarity to guide theirs. In the workplace, strategic ruthlessness means knowing when to outshine someone and when to stay quiet. It means taking credit for what you earned instead of letting others overshadow you out of politeness. It means stepping into leadership roles even if others believe you should wait your turn. Waiting your turn is a rule invented by people who want you beneath them. In relationships, strategic ruthlessness means distancing yourself from people who drain your energy, sabotage your confidence, or exploit your kindness. You don't announce your departure. You don't seek closure. You don't debate your worth. You simply move in silence, because those who don't appreciate your loyalty don't deserve access to your presence. In personal goals, strategic ruthlessness means sacrificing distractions, comforts, and excuses that weaken your progress. While others scroll, you build. While others procrastinate, you advance. While others drown in comfort, you rise in discipline. Ruthlessness toward your own laziness is the highest form of power. One of Machiavelli's greatest warnings was that half measures create twice the danger. When you decide to act, you act fully. You don't confront someone and then apologize out of guilt. You don't set boundaries and then soften them for people who will only push harder. You don't start a mission and then abandon it because you fear the size of the mountain. The ruthless finish what they begin, not because they are unfeeling, but because they understand unfinished decisions invite chaos. Strategic ruthlessness is not about crushing everyone around you. It's about crushing the part of yourself that hesitates, doubts, and fears judgment. Your biggest enemy has always been your inner softness toward people who haven't shown you the same softness in return. Once you remove that softness, once you develop the courage to act with clarity, you begin to rise above the masses who cling to fairness while being devoured by those who don't. And when you walk through life with strategic ruthlessness, something remarkable happens. People respect you. They listen when you speak. They think twice before crossing you. They follow your lead, not because they fear you, but because they sense strength. They sense certainty. They sense that you are someone who does not fold under pressure or beg for approval. They sense that you are someone who moves with intention, not emotion. That is the power Machiavelli wanted you to understand, the power that separates the influential from the invisible, the respected from the manipulated, the strategic from the sacrificed. Perception is the silent ruler of the world. The truth is rarely as powerful as the way it is seen. People do not judge reality. they judge appearances. Machiavelli knew this centuries ago. He warned that a leader, a strategist, or anyone who desires influence must master the art of controlling how others perceive them, because perception shapes opportunity, loyalty, and fear in ways raw power cannot. The world follows the image it sees, not the intentions it cannot see, and those who fail to manage perception find themselves outmaneuvered, underestimated, or outright betrayed. Imagine two leaders with identical resources, identical skill, and identical ambitions. One commands attention through calculated gestures, deliberate words, and an image that inspires respect and admiration. The other acts with the same competence but shows it openly, expecting people to notice substance over presentation. The first leader is followed, supported, and feared. The second is ignored, challenged, or sabotaged. Why? Because the first understood that people react to the visible signal of strength, not the hidden mechanics of competence. The appearance of power, when controlled skillfully, magnifies your influence far beyond what you can achieve with effort alone. Controlling perception begins with consistency. People trust what is predictable, what is reliable, what aligns with the image you present. Machiavelli explains that a ruler must appear virtuous, even when acting with ruthlessness behind the scenes. The crowd, the colleagues, the rivals, they will never see your hidden moves, but they will always notice the image you project. If you appear confident, decisive, and fair, you build a reputation that discourages challenges. If you appear hesitant, weak, or indecisive, even the smallest opposition will test your limits and find them wanting. But perception is not merely about consistency. It is about timing and selective revelation. Reveal too much, and your rivals exploit it. Reveal too little, and your allies doubt you. A skilled strategist knows exactly how to manage what the world sees. Machiavelli emphasizes that people must believe you act from virtue and honor, even if your real actions are guided by calculation and necessity. It is a dance of masks and shadows, a careful performance where every smile, every word, every gesture is intentionally placed to shape how others interpret your power and intentions. The danger of neglecting perception is subtle but deadly. Imagine a person who accomplishes great things quietly, expecting merit to speak for itself. They believe that skill alone commands respect. Yet the world does not reward quiet competence. It rewards visible competence. Without the sheen of appearance, achievements are ignored, and power slips through the fingers of those who fail to broadcast strength. Machiavelli knew that those who control perception are never underestimated, while those who ignore it are constantly tested, challenged, and overshadowed. Controlling perception also allows you to manipulate expectations. If people expect you to act in one way, you can surprise them strategically. If they see you as fair, they will trust you just enough to be influenced. If they see you as decisive, they will hesitate before challenging you. The ability to shape expectations gives you the initiative. You dictate how others interact with you. You force their choices to fit into your design. And the beauty of this is that the world rewards appearances more than reality, because appearances create belief. Belief shapes behavior, and behavior determines outcomes. One of the most powerful aspects of perception is that it creates a shield for your actions. When your reputation precedes you, when your image inspires confidence or fear, people hesitate to oppose you, even when they suspect your strategy. They cannot act freely because they are reacting to the persona you have crafted. Machiavelli wrote that rulers often succeed not because they are morally superior, but because they have mastered the art of appearing virtuous while acting decisively. They move in shadows but are seen in light, and that light protects them from direct challenge. Perception also governs loyalty. People follow those they admire, fear, or respect. They do not follow those who merely deserve it. If you manage how they see you, you generate support without demanding it. You influence their decisions before a word is spoken, simply because they believe in the image you have presented. Allies are strengthened, rivals are intimidated, and opportunities naturally gravitate toward you. A reputation for fairness, strength, intelligence, or decisiveness becomes a tool, a lever, a weapon, without ever needing to be proven in every encounter. Yet, perception is fragile. A single lapse, a moment of inconsistency, a glimpse behind the mask can unravel years of careful influence. That is why vigilance is essential. You must monitor how others perceive you constantly. Every action, every interaction, every decision is a signal. Even silence communicates. Machiavelli teaches that the wise do not leave perception to chance. They sculpt it deliberately, knowing that appearances control trust, respect, fear, and authority far more reliably than actions alone. Controlling perception does not mean deceiving recklessly. It is not about lying, it is about guiding interpretation. It is the difference between showing restraint in public while executing necessary ruthlessness in private, and shouting deceit at the world and hoping someone believes it. The former builds enduring power, the latter destroys it. The goal is not dishonesty, it is influence, subtle, calculated, and enduring. You become a master not just of actions, but of the way actions are interpreted. You direct reality indirectly by shaping belief, and belief, Machiavelli tells us, is the ultimate currency of control. When you master perception, you gain a freedom that is impossible for those who neglect it. You can act decisively without fear of misunderstanding, because the world already interprets your moves according to the persona you have cultivated. You can neutralize threats before they realize what is happening, because they perceive your strength as greater than it may even be. You can negotiate, lead, and strategize from a position of psychological advantage because people's choices are constrained by how they see you. Perception becomes not an illusion, but a lever that bends reality toward your will. Power is a fragile thing, and the greatest threat to anyone who rises above the ordinary is the accumulation of rivals, enemies, and hidden obstacles. Machiavelli teaches that to survive and thrive, you must not wait for danger to arrive. You must anticipate it, recognize it, and neutralize it before it becomes lethal. Eliminating threats early is the most decisive act a strategist can perform, because once a threat matures, it grows beyond simple control and becomes capable of undermining everything you have built. The world does not wait for permission, and neither should you. Those who hesitate are punished, often ruthlessly, while those who act decisively claim victory. Consider the person who notices subtle signs of envy, resentment, or ambition in colleagues or rivals, but chooses to ignore them, hoping that time will resolve the issue. They are making the most dangerous mistake possible. Small sparks, left unchecked, grow into wildfires. Quiet competitors quietly build networks, gather resources, and strengthen alliances until they are no longer manageable. A threat, tolerated in its infancy, rarely remains small, and the longer you delay, the more entrenched it becomes. Machiavelli's insight is simple but brutal. Power is not preserved by patience, it is seized by action. Eliminating threats early requires clarity of perception, because not all threats announce themselves openly. Many move in silence, hidden beneath a mask of civility, cooperation, or friendship. A colleague may smile while plotting your downfall. A competitor may praise your work while quietly positioning to overtake you. A supposed friend may counsel patience while secretly undermining your progress. Machiavelli teaches that in such a world, innocence and trust are liabilities. To act early, you must learn to read intentions beneath appearances and respond before those intentions crystallize into action. Strategic elimination does not mean reckless confrontation. It is not about attacking indiscriminately or letting paranoia rule your decisions. It is about timing, precision, and decisiveness. When you recognize a threat, you must evaluate it and act with the confidence of someone who knows the consequences of delay far outweigh the discomfort of action. This may mean confronting a rival directly, subtly undermining them, removing their influence, or even diverting attention away from yourself. The method matters less than the principle. Control the threat before it controls you. History is filled with examples of those who fell because they delayed action against small threats. Leaders, entrepreneurs, and innovators have lost empires of influence, and empires of wealth because they hesitated while minor enemies gained strength. The world does not reward good intentions, fairness, or hope. It rewards foresight, decisiveness, and the courage to act when others shrink back. Machiavelli understood that the wise remove obstacles preemptively, not reactively. Reacting is already late. Acting early secures advantage. Eliminating threats early also protects your alliances. People are drawn to strength and fear weakness. When you allow threats to grow, you demonstrate vulnerability. Allies may waver, opportunists may exploit, and loyalty becomes conditional. By addressing threats swiftly, you signal that you are in control, that challenges will not be tolerated, and that your authority is unassailable. Those around you align themselves accordingly, not because they are forced, but because they recognize the cost of opposition and the benefits of proximity. This approach requires detachment from sentiment and fear. Often, people hesitate to act because they fear confrontation, loss of friendship, or damage to reputation. Machiavelli would call this fatal indecision. Every threat tolerated out of fear of discomfort becomes a chain that binds your future decisions. Ruthlessness, calculated and precise, is not cruelty, it is self-preservation. By eliminating a threat before it grows, you safeguard not only your current position, but the freedom to maneuver, to expand, and to dominate when the moment calls. Furthermore, acting early against threats forces respect. In any organization, society, or arena of influence, hesitation is interpreted as weakness. People will test limits, probe defenses, and push boundaries until they find resistance. When they encounter swift and calculated action, they adjust. They learn that opposition is costly, and this cost preserves your power far more effectively than any speech, rule, or promise. Machiavelli understood that the fear inspired by preemptive decisiveness ensures survival and consolidates authority in ways that fairness, patience, or morality cannot. Eliminating threats early also sharpens your own strategic thinking. When you train yourself to spot potential danger and act before it matures, you develop foresight. You see patterns, anticipate moves, and position yourself not just to survive, but to dominate. Every preemptive action teaches you the consequences of inaction and the rewards of decisiveness. You become proactive rather than reactive, a leader who shapes events instead of being shaped by them. And in Machiavelli's framework, this is the essence of power. The cost of neglect is high. When threats are allowed to grow, they may gain allies, resources, and legitimacy that make them unassailable. Once entrenched, removing them may require conflict, loss, and sacrifice far greater than what would have been needed at the beginning. Waiting for certainty or perfect conditions is a trap. Certainty never comes. Action is the antidote. The sooner you act, the smaller the risk, the fewer casualties, and the greater the control you maintain. Strategic ruthlessness begins with recognizing that the danger you tolerate today becomes the calamity you cannot stop tomorrow. Even in personal life, eliminating threats early is vital. Relationships, friendships, and partnerships carry risks. Toxic influences, betrayal, or hidden agendas, if ignored, grow into crises that disrupt your stability, your confidence, and your progress. Machiavelli would advise treating these personal threats with the same strategic rigor as professional ones. Observe, evaluate, and act with the precision that ensures you control the outcome. Waiting, hoping, or forgiving in situations where self-preservation is at stake is a luxury reserved for the powerless. Preemptive action also empowers decision-making. Once you have neutralized emerging threats, you operate with clarity and freedom. You are no longer reacting to the moves of others, no longer constrained by fear of hidden dangers, and no longer second-guessing your choices. Machiavelli understood that power is most effective when it is exercised from a position of initiative rather than reaction. The elimination of threats early ensures that your path remains open, your authority undisputed, and your influence unquestioned. In the pursuit of power, the world does not reward the fair, the patient, or the morally comfortable. It rewards clarity, decisiveness, and those who understand the hidden rules of influence. Machiavelli teaches that fairness is a tool, not a virtue, and that strategic ruthlessness, perception, and preemptive action are the keys to survival and dominance. Those who hesitate while others act, who trust blindly while others manipulate, or who hope for justice while others seize opportunity, are left behind. The path to power is not clean or easy. It is calculated, relentless, and unapologetic. To rise above mediocrity, you must stop playing fair, embrace ruthlessness when necessary, control how the world perceives you, and remove threats before they remove you. In doing so, you step into a reality where strength is respected, influence is inevitable, and opportunity bows to those who act decisively.